Hello and welcome. This is the Referral Business Builders Connectors Edge podcast. And the reason, though, I'm saying it that way is because I'm just so proud. One of our best members and leaders is here today with us. So I'm Marian LaSalle, the Chief Connector, and my co-host Ricki McKenna, and our special guest Suzanne Sherrard. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Ricki.
Hi, Marian.
Yes, yes,
It's a great day.
it really is. It's exciting. It's fall, so everything's
Oh,
starting to cool
yes.
down a little bit. Ricki is kind of cooler than we are because she's in Colorado, but Suzanne and I
That's
are like,
the best.
finally, it dropped below 100. Oh,
Yeah.
yes,
Boy,
that's
I can
great.
relate. When I
Yeah.
lived in Texas, I can definitely relate to that. One thing I have to say so far here is we have an air conditioner instead of, central air like you do in Texas. And that little thing is only located in the dining area between the kitchen and dining room. And it really does work, but we use it so seldom. It's open the windows, you get air, and it's so nice.
That is very interesting. Yeah, we don't do that very often here.
Yeah, no,
But I can tell you my dogs love it. They're outside
I'll
laying
bet.
on the patio. They just love this weather.
hmm Now I know I have a comforter on the bed, you know.
We'll
I
be
have,
seeing pumpkins around pretty soon. It's almost
oh,
here.
That's
all
right.
over the place here.
That's
Yeah.
that's that's right.
And the stores, I guess I would think HEB has pumpkins.
Oh yeah, they're out already,
Yeah.
but in people's yards and all the churches have these big pumpkin
hmm
patches that you can come.
Now, I
Yeah.
roasted one the other night. I filled it up with
Oh
goodies
good.
and roasted it.
Oh, very good. I remember that last year. That looked really good.
Oh, it tasted good too. And
All
we
right.
have a wonderful guest this morning, Miss
Yes, we do.
Suzanne
We
Sherrard.
we do, and she is right here. I feel very honored. She's close to
There.
me. I would say 30 minutes away, wouldn't you say?
I
Yeah,
think
there you
so.
go. Now it's different for you, Ricki. Ricki, everybody's view is different. That's one
Yeah.
thing.
Well,
So
Suzanne is
Suzanne
that
may
way.
be different.
Yes.
Well, she may be different for me. She could be up or down.
Ah.
We're using Zoom to record this video, and I'm really excited to find out more about Suzanne. Suzanne is one of these types of people who talks about other people and other businesses and books she's reading and stuff. She doesn't really focus on herself as much as I would like her to. So here we go. I'll ask the first question, then I'll turn it over to Ricki. So, Suzanne, my very first question to you is tell us why you decided to start a business around yoga.
Well, that is a great question. And for me, it was all about chronic pain. I wanted to kind of cure myself if that was possible. I have bursitis in my hips from sitting all day at work. So if any of the viewers are listening, I think a lot of people can relate to this. You either maybe stand all day or you sit all day, and we can get some really serious physical things happening to the body because of that. For me, of course, was seeing a doctor, doing everything that the doctor said, all the anti-inflammatory pills, all the steroid injections.
Whew.
And my doctor kept telling me, walk, walk, walk on a treadmill. That's the best thing that you can do. And walking is great. But when I finally found my master yoga teacher, she said, you need hip openers. You need to open the hips in these types of ways. And it just really changed my life. So that is my beginning of my health and wellness journey, and becoming a yoga teacher was to come out of chronic pain.
And you were able to do
Mm,
that with your yoga,
yes.
and
Yeah,
Wow.
that's why you wanted to teach it.
I was at like a pain level of an 8, 9. I was thinking of getting a cane for walking around outside of my home, and even a walker for inside of my home, because my hips were just so weak. And I'm at about a 2, 3 right now. And ironically, I'm studying under now another yoga master teacher who is a a pain yoga specialist, and I'm working to get it down to a 0. So it's maybe possible.
We're with you. Yeah.
Thank
Boy,
you.
I'm often amazed at some of the medical professionals who don't understand that besides walking, you have to do other things. You've got to stretch the body. You've got to move it. This is something I learned because my hips were bothering me. And every once in a while, I get a little taste of that if I don't do the things that you're talking about, if I don't do the yoga moves. So I'm very interested in getting back into that with you, Suzanne. So can you tell us a little bit about your classes that you're doing now?
Yes, that's a really great question. I teach uh, yoga, which is, to me, it's all about stretching. Yoga is stretching, breathing, relaxing. When we have pain, we have compression of the joints and the ligaments. We're all crooked. None of us has a perfect musculoskeletal um,
Mm.
posture to our body. And so over years, you may, tend to put more weight on your left hip, maybe, or if you've had a little fender bender accident years ago and you have some rotator cuff, shoulder injuries, we all tend to be crooked in our body. And yoga is beautiful because it aligns our body, and it helps with low back, to strengthen your low back. And to me, yoga is all about elongating the muscles and the ligaments and bringing space in between the joints. And then, of course, my yoga instructors like, you must teach weights. Weights are so important for women
Mm-hmm.
50 plus. We lose bone, we lose muscle.
That's my
And so
favorite class.
Yep. The weight
Saturday
class. Yeah.
morning.
Me
Yep.
too.
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So I teach weights for that purpose, and then I also teach seated Pilates, which Pilates
Mm.
is all about core strength. And the way that I was taught about the philosophy of Pilates is, I always tell this story. A lot of people don't really think about this, but from collarbone to collarbone down to our hip, across the other hip, and back up is our rectangular box. And our rectangular box is our most important part of our body. It houses our heart, our lungs, our intestine. And when we're on the phone and we're scrunched down and we're mad and we're upset shopping at the grocery store and we're all crunched over, we're hurting our rectangular box. And so we want to sit up really nice and tall and have great posture. I'm always telling my students, okay, I know you're going to be working at
Both
that
of
desk
us.
today. You're going to be sitting up really
Okay.
tall. Use your core, and we do core exercises to strengthen ourselves,
Yeah.
to remind ourselves to sit up and not let the shoulders come to the ears, and use our low back to hold us up, and that causes low back and hip pain, actually. So
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
That's
So,
great.
so you have classes almost every day, and then you have replays. So could you tell us a little bit more about, which class and how long they last? And
Yeah.
let's dive into it.
yeah. So I have a membership for women 40 plus, and I teach Monday, Tuesday mornings, Central Time, Wednesday night, and then Friday, Saturday mornings. And the classes vary. Several of them are kind of like a mix and match class. So whoever shows up, we talk about, hey, what kind of classes do you guys want to do today?
Hmm.
I teach yoga seated on the mat and standing. I teach seated Pilates, as well as gentle weightlifting, standing and seated. And I'm getting ready to start a new class at the first of the year. It really is designed for realigning the musculoskeletal system. It really helps with different types of pain, as well as we actually have two types of pain. We have musculoskeletal pain, which is, um, like what I have, bursitis in my hips, for example, or if you have a shoulder injury or low back pain. And then there's also a second type of pain, which is an organic pain that moves around internally in the body. So people who have lupus, fibromyalgia, Parkinson's. Those are different yoga poses. Those are somatic yoga poses that we use to help people with that. So that would be like lying either on the floor or in bed with legs up the wall, and it's an extremely amazing pose for circulation,
Yes.
and it opens up the nervous system to relax the nervous system. And so it really helps people with that too. So I'm going to be teaching that starting at the first of the year.
That's
But
something I
we,
had forgotten about.
Mhm.
Continue because this is fascinating.
Yeah. So my membership, I record all of my classes, and there's replays if you can't make it.
Mm,
But of course, I love for you to come to the class, because then I
yeah.
can say, okay, Marianne, how did that pose, how did that exercise help you with your knees that I gave you yesterday? Have you been doing it at home? We just motivate each other. And plus, when I can see you on the camera, I'll be like, okay, Deirdre, bring your head up. Your spine's not aligned with your neck there,
Mm.
and you don't want to have strain in your neck. So I help my students that way. And we really are a tribe. We're a community. And we like to connect in the mornings on Zoom, and just chat and say good morning, what's going on in your life, and then we exercise together. So
Okay, let's
That's
talk about the Sunday class because that's one of my favorites. I say they're all favorites, but that one is my absolute favorite.
well, I do love the Sunday class too. It really motivates not only myself, but I think the women that come. It motivates us for the week to think about our bodies and understand how it works. So I let everyone know I'm not a doctor. I haven't had a training in these areas, but I am very interested in researching things. So, for example, if we're going to have a topic on why do women get osteoporosis, why do our bones weaken, we want to know specifically what's happening physically to us, and the data of, how often does this happen and what kind of challenges do we have. So I'm always asking the women in the community, what kind of topics do you guys want to talk about? And we talk about intermittent fasting and the benefits or even the cons to it. I approach it as a very neutral mindset when I put the program together for the session. And I have a coach, a marketing coach, and one of the great things that she's always told me is we can all get just tons of information thrown at us, and it can be very exhausting. And we want our clients and students to have big takeaways. So don't just throw information at them. And so I really open up, it's really more of a reflective session. I give everyone the information that I found on the internet. We sometimes watch short little videos so we can have a really good visual. And then I like to open it up to, let's have some reflective questions. What is going on in your life? What's been your experience? What works for you and what doesn't? And recently, this last Sunday, we started something new. What's going to be the 2 week health and wellness challenge related to today's topic that you're going to commit to and post it in our Facebook community? Because I'm going to be following up on Fridays to check in to see that you're doing what you said you were. So, like, for example, a couple women said, well, I'm going to drink more water. I need to hydrate more. And just real quickly, we talk about all different kinds of things like hormone disruptors in the kitchen, how to get
mm,
better sleep, what to do when your doctor doesn't listen to you, and just all different types of topics related to health and wellness. So,
And I like the fact that
that's
you bring in
great.
experts as well.
Yeah.
oh, that's right. We do have guest experts on occasion too, and that's always fun.
It is. It is.
Mm.
Wow. Well, before I take over, Ricki, do you have another question?
Yes. Um,
I knew you would.
well, it's a question and perhaps an answer. Suzanne, when you talk about bursitis and a particular something that's bothering somebody, I was in my late 60s when my chiropractor, and I had moved and I changed chiropractors, and the chiropractor said to me, "Did you know you have scoliosis?" And I said, "No, I didn't." And he had done x-rays, which I found to be very important. But I have a slight irk in my, it's not, as you said, we're not completely symmetrical and we're not always aligned. I had no idea, but I used to have a lot more back pain than I did and do now after he told me about that, so that there was something that I could do to compensate for it, to help straighten it out. And something like bursitis, I heard that the term since I was a kid, but I really didn't know what it meant. And have you explained that to people? Because now I do know what it meant, and I may be able to add some light, put a little light on that, perhaps,
Yeah.
for your clients.
Yeah, well, and let me say one thing about scoliosis, depending on how deep of a curvature you have in your
Yeah,
spine, um, that's great. You really want to go to the doctor. You really want to have that x-ray. You want to know exactly
absolutely.
where it is. And some yoga poses may help with the pain, but if you get specific instructions from your physician about these are the specific moves that you want to do, this part of your back, yoga teachers, we always want to know what did the doctor say and what's going on for
Hmm.
sure. And bursitis is an inflammation of the bursa sac. It's the cushioning
Right.
at the hip joints. And
Yeah.
um, so when you lose that, you can get the anti-inflammatories for pain. You can actually have the bursa sacs replaced, and but I think it's only like a 50% success surgery rate, or at least it was when I looked into it. But the yoga, it brings space in between the joints when
Right.
you do the correct yoga poses. And I'll just tell a quick story that I think is really fascinating. The man that I'm studying under right now, he's an expert at uh, yoga for pain. And he said one of his clients, he actually lives in, is it Golden, Colorado? So maybe
Yes.
he's, yeah,
Hmm.
so maybe he's kind of close to you. I don't know.
That's about 175
Hmm.
miles.
Okay, well, that's where he lives, and he has a studio there. One of his clients is a rock climber and had bone on bone in both of
Oh.
his knees, and would go to the orthopedist, and the doctor would say, I just can't believe that you're still doing rock climbing. Well, he goes to Christian's studio, and they use ropes and pressure in a certain way that pulls the joints a little bit apart and puts space into it. And
Hmm.
if you've ever heard of story, there's someone on YouTube that used to be a parachute jumper his whole
Ooh.
life and was crippled pretty much, and started doing yoga and could walk again. So,
Yoga to
there,
me is amazing. I have been doing yoga since ooh, 1989, 1990. And I actually took classes at Unity for many, many years, and it introduced me to it. And I was so proud of the fact that I can still, with no problem at all, I'm 81. I can, just bend over, touch my toes, almost put my hands flat on the floor. My hips are that flexible in my back. But what I'm finding is that as flexible as I may be, not doing the yoga consistently, my hips and my knees are not as flexible as they used to be. And that's disturbing me, frankly. I want to get back to that point, to the point where I can do the, what do you call it? When you sit down, you put your legs apart, way apart, and you reach for the floor. I can hit the floor, but I used to be able to get flat and put my elbows on the floor. Um, and maybe that's not the ultimate goal for most people, but to me, that implies that I am flexible enough to be able to do that, and that I can sleep like a baby. What is it? Happy baby? the position where you're on your back and you've got your knees up and you got your toes in your hands. I can do that, but it seems to be getting Marian's laughing. Yoga for me has been absolutely amazing, and I would really like to get back into your classes and see if maybe I can make those improvements
Highly
that I
recommended over
can.
here.
Hmm?
I have something I'd like to discuss that is not necessarily good for everybody. Sometimes when you say the word yoga, people go, "Oh no, and I've even experienced this myself because when you think of yoga, if you don't like getting on the floor and then trying to get up again, it can actually feel like that. It can feel like, oh no, I don't want to do that. So I'd like for you to discuss the word yoga to us and for those people who have said that to you
Hmm.
when you
I've
tell them
heard
what
that
you
Yes.
as
do.
well.
Yeah, I'm trying to, I have some slides here. I think I can bring them up. If you want to share, let's see if I can share. I'm trying to get it full size. Hold on one second.
Marian, I understand what you're saying because I've had people say that to me, and there was also a period when uh, certain there was some sort of a weird connection with yoga and um, well, it is in a sense spiritual because you're focusing, you're breathing, and you're kind of going inward is when I do it. But there was like one of these, oh, you're not going to do yoga. That's boo
Yeah.
woo. It's
Oh,
not
oh
woo woo.
no,
It's
no,
it's
I never heard
body
that.
for me. It's being more aware of your body and what the capabilities are and how your breathing and your movement makes such a difference in how you feel.
Yeah, well, there's so much about yoga, so many different aspects. It certainly can be spiritual. It is a spiritual practice for me in a lot of ways. One amazing thing about yoga is it's a mindfulness exercise, and
Hmm.
it teaches you how to, well, as with any, art is a mindful exercise. You kind of get out of your head and into what you're doing. And it really, yoga in a way, I think is a little bit deeper than a lot of other exercises like art
Hmm.
in the sense that with the breath work, it teaches you how to live in the moment and control your thoughts in a lot of
Yeah.
ways. And of course, I love doing chair yoga. Being seated on a chair, you can really get a full body stretch from head to toe. So, as a matter of fact, we do some double chair yoga stretches, and they are deep hip stretches that normally you could also do on the floor, but we're bringing the floor up to us.
Ah,
Uh, so some people are a little concerned about yoga, about the religion, but
yeah.
it's all secular. It's like you know, you can you can go as deep into meditation as you might like, but it's widely accepted by Christians and all different religions because
Hmm.
it's noticed that it's physically really good for you. So. But I do have some slides I could share. For
Okay.
some reason, I can't get them full screen. When I get them full screen, do we want to maybe just pause the video and I'll try to pull the pictures up really quick? So I just wanted to share a few slides. As you can see, we use a chair. Chairs yoga is really amazing. You can get full body stretches. Here's some of the hip stretches that we were talking about.
Mm.
There, the bottom right, the one that we
Hap-
were talking about, happy
Happy
baby.
baby.
Mhm. It's really,
Yes.
really good for the hips. And then some weights, just strengthening the muscles, strengthening the bones is so
Hmm.
important. And so I just kind of wanted to share what some of the yoga poses look like that we do.
Yeah. Yeah, Suzanne, I know we only have limited time, but I wanted to mention something. You touched on the fact that you can, when I do yoga, I focus totally on what I'm doing. There's nothing else. And I find that that alone, as part of the yoga practice or the stretching practice, however you want to put it, helps me to calm down, to stress less, and it also just gets me out of my monkey mind and helps me to move my body and stay in pretty good shape. And so that to me was when I realized that years ago was one of the biggest benefits of yoga that I found, because I can't sit and I haven't been able to sit and meditate. I can count sheep, I can count numbers, but whatever. But when I do the stretching and I focus on what I'm doing, then I'm there. I'm fully in my body and focused on it, and nothing else really gets in.
It's really a wonderful experience. And
Yeah.
if any of you out there listening, if you suffer with anxiety or stress in your life, it's a wonderful practice to do for yourself to um, physically feel good and emotionally feel good too.
Can you tell people how to get in touch with you?
Yes. So, well, I have a special offer for your guest because my course is $20 a month, but I'm going to give you guys a coupon to come in and just try my community for $1. So it's really very little commitment. And just see if it's a good fit for you. See if the schedule works for your schedule. See if you like the classes. We do every other Sunday the health and wellness session on Sunday night, but we also do have a book club. And so I will upload the link to sign up to come into my community, and then you can hopefully stay after that 30 days. It's $20 a month, or you can cancel at any time.
That's
Great.
wonderful. Thank you. So before we leave, I would like to touch a little bit on how you are helping and interacting with people in Referral Business Builders.
Yeah.
So we have a community, and it's not just on Facebook. It's literally a community where people can come in and see replays of all the things that we're doing, including this podcast. They can do classes and workshops and trainings. And you are one of our leaders. You've been with us since day one, which I think is fantastic. And so would you tell people a little bit about what you're doing starting November 6th? It's going to be the first
Yes.
Thursday of every month.
Yeah. Well, I love being a leader, one of the leaders in Referral Business Builders, because I really enjoy networking. And I think that it's a wonderful way to build your business. Referral Business Builders, our community is just such a wonderful community. We connect, we grow, we learn, we promote each other, we refer clients to each other. And my background is I've had actually quite a bit of training in marketing. Had my online business for 5 years now. So I just love opening it up and talking about, hey, this is working for me. These are resources that I found. These are people that I follow. What's working for you guys? Let's share. And so my session is called Marketing Made Easy. And then after we do a 15, 20-minute a session like that, then we jump into networking and asking questions such as, how can we refer you? Who's your ideal client? We just want to get to know you better. And I may be going to a cocktail party next week and meet your perfect client, and your relative may be a perfect client for me. And we just, we love to connect and build our business that way. And also, Marian has always said, you don't have to do business online alone by yourself, and it can feel very lonely and restricting sometimes. So having a community, having your tribe to connect with is really amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great.
Yes, I love it. And Ricki is very, very active inside the community. I saw her right on the wall of love just the other day, which I thought was fantastic. So there's opportunities for you to grow your business. There's opportunities to connect. As Suzanne said, it's a community. We want to help each other. And so we have lots of great and wonderful things going on, lots of different classes. So come on in and check it out. You can go to referralbusinessbuilders.com and you can join Suzanne in her class or mine in my class, or There's lots of different things going on, and I'm not going to take up all the time. But if you want to talk about it, you're more than welcome to. You can go to referralbusinessbuilders.com and check it out.
Yep, there's a big button in there that says Be Our Guest. And when you click on that, you can look around the site, see what's going on, and see how there may be a place for you to join with us. And we'd love you to do that. And right now, we've come to the end of this session, and I want to thank Suzanne and mention that if you haven't signed up for her yoga class and taken advantage of her wonderful offer of $1, good grief, I'm going to do it.
I
Actually, I'm
know.
going to do the $20 class. But you can see I'm excited. I can't talk without my hands. Sorry. But we're right now, I'd like to invite you to comment if there's anything that you've heard on this podcast in particular, or even if you have a question, if you have a question for Suzanne or for either Marian or myself, but for if you have something that you'd like Suzanne to address at another time, or if you're curious, go to Referral Business Builders and click on the Be Our Guest, look around the site, and also let us know in the comments below how you enjoyed this and would you like to see some more? Would you like to hear some more? So please let us know. And thank you again, Suzanne, for being here. And thank you, Marian, good buddy. Love you both bunches. And with that, I will say bye for now. We'll see you again next week
Bye
or
for
on
now.
wherever you look at your podcast. We'll be there.